let's dive right in. We're in the key of E for this one. And again, it's some minor 7th action going on, as well as 7 sharp 9s and all that fun stuff. So the first thing we're doing is we're sliding off of the 6th string from the 12th fret, hitting that open string, okay? And then I'm fingering an E minor 7 chord, that's 7th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the G, and 8th fret on the B. And so the D string is muted out by the laziness of that finger. And you can give the chord a little vibrato as well. Right, make it nice and nasty. And then we have this blues lick. You can see that on the tab, but here it is slowly. So now we have... Come back and hit the open 6th string again and finger the chord once again. Right? And then we come up to this riff at the 12th fret. Nice little blues thing. All right, and you can see that slowly with the tab. Got that little double stop across the B and the G strings at the 12th fret. And you can give it a little bit of muting just to give it that nice thump. Then open up the tail end of it, okay? So what we have so far is this. We come back and do this again. And then we take this riff and we lower it an octave with one slight difference. We're starting on the flat 5. Okay, nice and slowly. All right, let's put that all together. Then we move to an A power chord, simply barring across the G string and the D string at the 2nd fret. And we've got that open A string in there as well. All right, so we've got down, down, followed by, I think, up, up is best. And then place your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And that's going to be a down, down, up stroke. So we have... And then we move to the 2nd fret on the 6th string and the 5th fret on the D string. So we have... Right, that type of thing. So let's do this slowly from the gate. Now we've got another little lick after that, right? After we play this. Right? It's essentially the same riff, or very similar, but using pull-offs and the brightness of the thinner strings. Nice and slowly. Okay, and then back to the riff, okay? And you can mix this up any way you might like. You can play that lick first like I just did, or play the other one, play the low one. Anything you want to do is going to be pretty cool. Now we come back and we play this again after the lick. And we hit a B7 sharp 9 chord. 2nd fret on the A string, 1st fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, and 3rd fret on the B string. Again, shake that chord and give it a little bit of an edge, okay? So we'll have... Hit that E string, and then we've got this cool little lick. Okay, so let me do that nice and slow for you. I know you can see it on the tab, but that's one stroke of the pick for everything that you're playing on the G string. So you have a hammer on, a pull off, and another pull off. And then move to the D string, 2nd fret, and pick it, open, and then slide from the 2nd fret on the A string to the 1st fret, right? And then pull off at the end of that as well to the 3rd fret on the G string. So really slowly on that lick we have. You head back to the E minor 7th chord, okay? And you can, like I said, you can mix the riff up. You can play the higher riff first, the lower one, whatever you want to do. It's all going to sound pretty good. So here's the whole thing, okay? All right, let's dive right into it. Again, I'm in the key of G. I'm in standard tuning as usual. I will always let you know when I'm not. And I'm using the Proco Rat Distortion pedal on this one. And that's going straight, as usual, into my Orange Crush 20 RT practice amp. Okay, so here's the first riff in G. Okay, so let's slow that way down. I think alternate picking, or at least a good blend of alternate picking, is good on this one. But whatever works for you is best, okay? Here it is slowly. Let me do that again, even slower. And then what we do is we hit a G power chord twice. Just like that. And then what I'm doing right there is I'm using my 3rd finger to bar across the D, the G, and the B strings at the 5th fret. Then use your 1st finger to bar the same strings at the 3rd fret. And then you're going to do a trill, hammering on and off, hammering and pulling, so to speak, off of that G string. Just fit whatever you can into the rhythm, right? Keeping it in time. Okay, and then we do one boogie pattern. So it's... And that can be a little bit tricky, but you'll get it with a little bit of practice, right? We always do. So here it is slowly. Right, we want to do that twice. And then we're going to move it to the 4 chord, and the riff is essentially the same, but a little bit shorter. Just like that, okay? Slowly. And we hit a C9 chord, which is the 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the G string, and 3rd fret on the B string. Right? So we have... Bring it back to the 1 riff, the G. And we play that one time, okay? So what we have so far, nice and slow, is this. to the 5 chord, and you know, it starts out the same way, but then of course it's a little bit shorter. And you can see the 5 and the 4 are the same, so let me slow that down as well. Move it to the 4 chord. So we have, and then we move back to the main riff. And then at the end of that, we catch the root note of a D7 sharp 9. So you want to catch that with your second finger. And then we play the full D7 sharp 9. 5 on the A string, 4 on the D string, 5 on the G, and 6 on the B. Okay, so let me play the whole thing for you slowly with the tab on the screen. Of course, you can loop it and start all over again. Fun blues rock riffs to play. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. All right, so let's dive right in. I'm going to turn the phaser off for the instructional part of this, okay? So I'm just going straight into the rat and into the amp, okay? So once again, we're in drop D tuning. You can see the tab up on the screen, but let me play the riff for you nice and slow. All right, so it starts with that open D string, and I use my first finger to slide from 3 to 2. And then open. And I'm playing just the 5th and the 6th strings on this. All right, then we come back to the 3rd fret with the 1st finger, and we hammer on to the 5th fret using the same 2 strings with the ring finger. So we have, then come back to the 3rd fret with the 1st finger again and do the same slide. 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, and then we want just the open 6th string. Then we grab a D7 sharp 9 chord, which you can see both in the tab and on the screen, and we play this little pocket rhythm starting from that open 6th string. So we hit the open 6th string one time, then hit the chord, open string twice, and chord twice. But there's a definite little rhythm to that. One more time. Okay, so that's our main riff, so it's played like so. Play it 3 times just like that, and as you can see on the tab on the 4th time, we play the majority of the riff and then we attach a walking ascending line to it, taking us to the G7 chord. Okay, so let me play that slowly for you. Right? So the attached line is the open 6th string 2 times. 2nd fret off, 3rd fret off, 4th fret off. And then as we move into the 4 chord, we're playing basically what's mentally a G7 chord, right? But we're on the 4 chord again, and what I'm doing here is because of the drop D tuning, I can bar across the 4th string, the 5th string, and the 6th strings at the 5th fret. And the only string that's going to move is going to be that A string, the 5th string. So let me do that slowly for you again. And if you want, you can add a pinch of muting, which sounds kind of nice, just tightens it up and gives it a little kick, okay? So again, there's a little rhythm in there, a little syncopation, so let me play that for you again. That little kick, okay? And then we move right back to the original riff. But just one time, okay? So let's play what we have so far slowly. And then we move to the 5 chord, which in this case is going to be an A7, but we have to finger it a little bit differently because of this drop D tuning, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm placing my ring finger on the 7th fret on the 6th string, okay? And then my first finger's on the 5th fret on the D string, and then using my second finger, I'm playing the 6th fret on the G string, okay? And we play the same rhythm that we used on the D7 chord. So we've got that one strike on the bass note, then play the D string and the G strings, then 2 strokes on the root note again, the 6th string. So we have, and you can see I came back and hit that chord again, that double stop. Slowly. And then we're going to walk that bass note. So we're moving from 7 to 6, and we move into what is now a G7 chord. So it's the same fingering, okay? So slowly, I know you can see the tab, but nice and slow. And then you can see we play 5 to 3. So let's do that again slowly. All right, so we play 5, 3, and then open, okay? You can do a little bit of muting on that. That's advised so it doesn't get too muddy, right? And then we have this riff at the tail end of it. All right, so I'm on the 5th fret on the D string, and that's a half step bend and release. Then 3rd fret, back to 5th fret, back to 3. So we have, then on the A string we have 3 to 4, and then open 6th string again, and we hit that D7 sharp 9 chord again. So the whole lick is, now if you wanted to play this in a circle, okay, just loop it, you would want to go to an A7 chord at the end instead. So you could do this. Okay, so what I did there is the riff exactly as I did it before, but I pegged an A7 chord at the end. And I played that simply by using the 5th fret on the D string again, the 6th fret on the G string, and the open A string. that would allow you to turn it around and go right back into the riff, okay? Okay, so let's turn the phaser back on and let's play the whole thing. So there you go with number 6 in the Fun Blues Rock Riffs series. I hope you enjoyed it. Do check out the other ones. I think you'll like those as well. And all the best to everyone, and I shall see you in the next video.